Good morning. Today is Monday, December 1st, and we are last month of the year. Unbelievable how we just these months are just flying by. But anyways, let's get back into it. Regular week of trading, so hopefully things will get back to normal with volume here. As for market data for today at 9 o'clock, we have ISM manufacturing PMI at 9 o'clock, and after that I don't see anything for today. There is some economic data that is happening today, this week rather. Nothing on Tuesday. Wednesday we have non-farm employment change, and see what else for Wednesday. You got an ECB president speaking at 9:30. There may be some comments there that could, shake the market a little bit. So you got to be careful there. Thursday, unemployment claims at 7:30 before the market opens. And then Friday, we should have some movement there. You got a whole bunch of numbers coming out. You've got core PCE price index, and then University of Michigan consumer sentiment. But they've been not really putting a lot of weight on these numbers. They've been arguing about those UM numbers. But anyways, let's get into the broader markets this morning. Nice little move on Friday considering a half day, but it's selling off right now. I don't mind this sell-off right now. You can see right now we're looking at a 4-hour chart on the standard S&P's ES. You can see we're holding that all-time high level, that 68.12 number, 25. I've had this up here. We've been talking about this level for the longest time, and we're still hovering right above that level right now. I do like if we did get a pullback today to the 67.72, that would be pretty extreme. I think the first level, a pretty decent pullback if we do get it, 67.92.73. That's November 10th low. It's also November 20th high. So, when you have a low and then it breaks through and then it comes back down to that level, that becomes a break and retest. So, when you have that low and then you can see right here, boom, this was the high on November 20th. Now we broke through it. Now we're coming back down to that level. That's called a break and retest. So we come back here to test this level right here. And then if we hold this level, we could then push higher. On the upside, I do like this level at 68, 67.75. I think if we get through this level, I think we can really push higher to this 69.09.50 level. And then if we get through there, I think we're getting to the all-time high levels. And I think that's possible before the end of the year. So I'm kind of thinking that market's going to shake out a little bit at maybe the first few days of December, and then we start getting a December Christmas rally here. So I'm hoping to see the buyers step back in here. Let's get into the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I thought had a pretty decent day on Friday, considering a nice little move on Friday, and then of course in the aftermarket and then the pre-market right now is selling off a little bit. However, we are coming into this nice support level that I have down here at 25,201.25, between 25,201.25 and 25,269. I do like those levels there. I think however, if we do lose this 25,201 level, we could get some downside. Maybe I would say I don't see us pulling all the way back down to that 24,988. I mean, anything is possible, but I think the market should hold up pretty well. Same thing on the upside. I think the first thing we have to do is we have to recapture this 25,394. I think if we get that 25,394, I think 25,563 is an easy target, and then above that, I think we can really have a good clean shot if we can get above this regressional channel that I drew here. I would say right at 25,606.1. If we get above that level, I think we push 25,880. And this is not all for today, obviously. These are just my ranges that I have here. If we can get above and hold these levels, and then as we approach through these different levels right here, I actually, I don't see much here. Like, so right here, there's not, when you have these big sharp sell-offs like this, there's nothing here supporting it. If you can break back through these levels, they become a speed zone. Like, for example, you see this big sell-off right here. There's nothing supporting that. So this becomes a speed zone. So you quickly recoup that. So you can see, right here on, what was that? On November 20th, we got smoked on November 20th. And literally, this was Friday, and then this is Monday. And by Tuesday, we recouped everything we lost on Thursday. And now here on Friday, and a week later, we were higher. And now here we are on Monday opening up. We're higher than where we were, right? These highs right here, this will probably be a good level to look at, which was that Thursday high of last week, 25,310. So I think that could be a pretty good level to watch there on the NASDAQ. You get above that level, and then we start pushing higher. The same thing on the downside here. I think you have to hold this 111.92 level in order to continue to push higher. If we lose this level, I think we could pull back to that 24,988 level here. So that's pretty much it on the broader markets right now, though. But I think overall on the month of December, my bias is definitely pullback buys. Buy the dips for December, because I think we get that Santa Claus Christmas rally here. So let's get into Tesla. I think Tesla's been holding up great. I think, overall with the market, being on shaky ground, Tesla's been definitely holding its own. We created this was from Thursday. We had an open point of control level that I spoke about, 424.74. Did not get hit. It did not get hit on Friday. Thin trading. There was not a lot of volume aside from the open. You had the first maybe 20 minutes of trading, and then volume tapered off. But that point of control now got hit this morning. So now what I do when these point of controls get hit, I'm now going to take it off of my chart. So this point of control from last Thursday is now going to be gone. However, now as you can see, we open up here. This is a point of control that's now open. And why does that become a point of control? Because the market had closed right here on Friday. And then usually if it hangs around this level, which is the point of control where the market usually hangs around, it charts that automatically for me. And it shows like where the price is where it trades the most. If it usually comes back and it touches that level. So now that's an open level for me at 430.09. So I'm liking Tesla. I'm bullish. I've been bullish on Tesla for several weeks now. Still bullish on it. So my bias again on Tesla. I like the pullback longs. I like this open point of control level. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get hit today. Just like on Thursday, we had that open point of control down here. It did not get hit on Friday. However, it did get hit right now in pre-market. So I'm going to leave that point of control open for this morning. Actually, I leave it open until it gets hit. So it may not get hit today, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point, I'm hoping that it will get hit. You can see these levels right here. This one already got hit down there, so that there is no point of control level for me to hold on to there. So that is my bias on Tesla for this morning. So ideally for Tesla, if we did get a pullback long, I like this 421.88 level. If we do pull back into that level, on the upside for Tesla, I like us to recapture. I would say this 420. I would say this 426.46 level. I like that level to push higher here. I'm going to get rid of this level. I don't like that. And then we have the this level of the high of the FOMC from September 17th. 428.30. I like that level there. I've left that level up there. It's been a level that's been definitely respected. So we have to get above that level before we get here. However, now if we pull out and look at Tesla holistically here, on the 4-hour chart, you can see we're stair stepping higher, right? So Tesla, the first thing you do when you're looking at charts, you want to start out looking at the longer charts first and then work your way down to the intraday charts, because this gives you a good bird's eye view of what's really going on right now, right? So you could see stair stepping higher, stair stepping higher. These are big wicks. This is going on during the day. And if you're looking at it, through a magnifying glass, you think, the world is ending right here with this kind of big wick. But then at the end of the day, when you take a step back and you look at it, you're now looking at it like, wow, Tesla's been bullish. You could see all these big, wicks right here. That's showing buyers are stepping up. And then you look down here, you look at the volume. The volume is definitely tapering off towards the end, towards the end of the month. But, you had big buyers right here at the beginning of the month, towards the end of the month right here. And then we started tapering off because it was Thanksgiving. So my bias is still on Tesla. I'm still bullish on Tesla. So I am looking for pullback longs. However, you still have to be careful and trade what the market shows you. So let's break this back down here to the 15-minute. So again, going over this, I like it if we pull back into that 421.88. I do like it if we can break above this 432.93. I like that upside into the 439.36 level. That would be ideal. But you can see right here, this is a high from November 24th right here. So same thing I was saying before about the NASDAQ and the ES about the break and retest. If we break above this, then we come back on down and test it. So this resistance right here, once we break it, it then becomes support level right there. So I like that 421 level if we hold that. So let's look at the 5-minute opening range trade. Friday was a horrible day. I knew it was going to be a horrible day for this trade because it was a short trading day and we did not get a break at all for the 5-minute opening range trade. So you were in this range all day long on Friday. So nothing really to look at there. So you got to be careful on J's like that. But I knew it going in. I made a few trades early, and then I was done trading literally, I think by 8:45 in the morning, I was done. So I did not want to mess around with that day. So one thing you got to be careful about right now, pay attention to the, the moving averages right now. These are the SMA, the daily moving averages. We're below the 20-day SMA, simple moving average, and we're below the 50-day SMA. So in order for me to be confident with Tesla, to get back to getting long, the first step is we have to recapture this 20-day SMA. And this 20-day SMA is coming in right at about 420, let's say about 426.14. So we got to regain this level right here first. So that's the main step. And then to really be confident that we are going higher, if we recapture the 50-day SMA, which is 433.95. So then I really like that. But if you really want to be aggressive, you want to take the longs before we recapture those SMAs. I like this 421.88. Maybe if you get aggressive there, you get long right there, and you have your stop below this Fibonacci level at 418.48 at that level right there, and then reassess as the market starts trading throughout the day. So as far as what I am going to start with my strike prices, they're all Friday expirations like I trade every week. My calls, I'm going to have 435 calls. So because it's Monday, I give myself a little wider range on the strike price. So Tesla's going to open up about 424. So it's about $10 spread on the call price. So I'm going to have the 435 calls up there. And then on the put side, I'm going to give the put side a little more breathing room on the put side. I got a 415 puts. So right now you could see where they closed on Friday. The 415 puts closed at 410. The 435 calls closed at 735. So the premium on the calls were a little more expensive. Why? Because it's bullish right now. Tesla is acting bullish. That's why the premiums for the calls are more expensive, and the premiums on the puts are a little cheaper. However, I do have a further strike price away that makes it cheaper as well. So if I reel this into 420, the premium price will go higher. So you could see that I went up $5 on my put price, which makes it closer to the strike price. So now the premium closed at 550. So I don't want to have at 420. So actually 415 I like, which is 10, actually $10. So they're both $10 spreads. And as you can see, see what I did there. So as you can see, they're both $10 away from the strike price, and the premium for the put is cheaper than the premium for the call. And that tells me that it's bullish. Tesla is in a bullish trend right now. That's why the premiums for the calls are more expensive than the puts. So that's another thing, another little nuance to pay attention to. So anyways, I keep forgetting to tell you to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, click the more button, and join the Discord community, as I am in the live trading room from 8:15 a.m. Central Time to 10 o'clock Central Time. Please share this video. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and join the Discord community. If I don't see you in the Discord trading room, I will see you tomorrow.